Hi everybody, and welcome to morning coffee break. It's a little rainy. It's like a mist right now though, but my hip is just killing me this morning. I don't know why it's acting up. I feel a little bit better though. I actually got some sleep. I slept until after 9 o'clock. It's about 9:15 or something like that, which I don't usually do. But I woke up and my stomach feels better too, so that's good. But my hip is killing me. I don't know if that probably doesn't have anything to do with the infusion. It's probably my osteoporosis. But I thought I'd take a little walk and maybe loosen my hip up a little bit. Hope y'all are doing good. Believe it or not, the garden's still hanging in there. I don't know how. It's covered with snow the other day. I still don't really see any bunches of broccoli yet. Looks like one's fell over kind of. But things are still here. I don't know. Something's been digging in that bed. Which I'm not thinking those turnips won't make it anyway. They won't get big enough in time. They still got some snowmen down here somebody did from the other day. I'll show you when I get down to the end of the driveway. Oh, I need to walk up and down through here a couple times. It's good to hear some birds this morning. I'm not walking very fast, I can't. I don't know how good you'll be able to see this, but you can see there's a snowman over there, and there's something over there. It looks like another snowman hadn't melted all the way yet. There's a bunch of birds up in that tree. I was looking to see, they don't have those people's gutters on yet. I mean, our neighbors here. I'd be wanting my gutters put on. I'm sure you wouldn't get a roof put on and leave it with no gutters. Maybe they can't afford to pay for the gutters right yet. It's awful expensive to have a roof put on. It looks really good though. Like I said before, I'm really happy for them, because I guarantee you that roof was leaking. There was no shingles. I mean, there was, you know how shingles have like the gravelly stuff on it? There was none on any of theirs on their roof. It all wore off over the years. I don't see any hawks right now. Something in our yard. It's like cardboard or something. Throw in the trash. Yeah. Piece of cardboard. Ooh. Trying to see if I saw any slugs. I don't see any this morning so far. sure are a pest of my garden in the summer. Yeah, sooner or later I'm gonna have to clean all this out in the garden. Make way for all my stuff I'm gonna plant in spring. All right, let's go inside, everyone. Okay, I'm inside. A little bit frazzled right now, a little upset. Joy, she was putting some biscuits in there, and this rug, we put down a couple rugs in here in the kitchen because, you know, the one that was underneath was rough, you know. We've been here a long time, and it keeps, for some reason, it keeps like shifting. The rugs, I don't know if you got to nail them down to the ground or what, but there's like a crease in it right here, and she was walking towards me, and she tripped, and she fell, but I caught her. If I hadn't have been here, she probably would have hit this chair I'm on. She probably would have hit it because she was going towards it, and I caught her, though, before she could hit the ground. It upset me very much. I mean, the last time that she fell, if y'all remember, she fell when she was getting gas, and she fell in the parking lot, and she hurt her knees, one really bad, and it was hurt for a really long time. So I certainly didn't want anything like that to happen again. I don't care what happens to me, but I won't let anything. If it's in my power, I would make sure that she wouldn't get hurt. So that upset me a little bit. I'm trying to calm down. I'm gonna have to do something about this rug. I don't know what. I straighten it out and I try to get that place, but somehow it moves. I mean, like I said, what am I gonna have to nail it down to the floor somehow, or what? I don't know. It shouldn't be moving around like that. It's more like almost like carpet. It's rugs, but it's almost, you know, as thick as carpet, like. But got very upset there for a minute. I just was so afraid she'd hurt herself, but thank God I caught her. Okay, I'll be okay in a minute. Here's something that might, well, let me go over today's weather. Today's Tuesday, February 9th. Currently it's 37 degrees. High today's 51. 30% chance of precipitation. It's already a light mist out there. 87% humidity, and there's no wind, which is good. And the air quality is 22. That's pretty good. I got a Valentine's card from, well, we did from our daughter Jackie and her husband Will. And she has cats, and she's a big cat lover. And of course, we are. And she sent me this one. It's Valentine's Day, pounce on some fun. Make it a perfectly marvelous one. She's got some stickers in here. Thank you, Jackie. That's sweet. I like that. I'll put this up here on the freezer. Oh, still a little frazzled, you know. I'm so glad I caught her, because she would have landed and she would have re-hurt that knee, or, you know, she's got osteoporosis too. She could have broke her hip. Anything. Just thank God. Thank you, God. I was there. Okay. Today I'll be doing the preview of the review. I'll be showing you the things that Logan and I will be trying tomorrow on Logan's Awesome Snack Reviews, and I will go over the nutrition facts. Oh, by the way, I just remembered I got a dentist appointment today to get my lower partial. I need to put my other ones in, my uppers in, so I can tell them exactly where it hurts. I know where it was hurting, back at the back, up at the top. So I'll be getting those today. So I have a full set of choppers. That's good. But yeah, I'll be doing Logan's, the preview show. So you'll be able to see what he's trying tomorrow. Also, I have enough questions and then some for Ask My Tablet. If your question is not on tonight's Ask My Tablet, it will be on the next one. So it's been a few days since we did one of those, so looking forward to that. Today's thumbnail, I kind of went along with the question today, and this is that's the table that I'm sitting at right now. This area right over here to the right of me. That's some of the tomatoes. Really, I had tons more than that. That's just some of the tomatoes that I grew last year. I probably had about, I don't know, 10 times that amount of tomatoes. I gave a bunch of them away. And of course, we ate them every day pretty much. Let's see. So that's what that is. And so then I come to today's question. With COVID-19 raising prices, would you consider growing your own vegetables? I do. And if y'all followed me last year, and you can see in my playlist, you can see the garden from last year. I don't know if we bought anything. I didn't grow any lettuce. We probably bought some lettuce, you know. I know we did. We bought lettuce last summer, but I don't know if we bought anything else. Now, before it was ready, before things were ready to harvest, we had to buy a few things. But I had about anything you could want out there. If y'all that were with me, you know how it was. Well, and everything was a little, I learned a lesson about crowding. I had everything too close. I got a little bit overzealous, let's say, and I wanted to try as many new things as possible. And I had the bed out there that's out there now, that new one. And I just put them too close, especially like the zucchini and this yellow squash. I don't know if I'm going to grow any yellow squash. It doesn't ever do good. The plants do good. It just doesn't have that much squash. But the zucchinis did great, and the eggplants were amazing. So I think that's something to consider, definitely. Even if it was just in containers, you could grow stuff in containers. Tomatoes, you know, they're going to be high again, I'm sure, this summer. And who knows, if things keep going, you know, it's going to be like you have to take out a loan to get an eggplant or something. So, with COVID-19 raising prices, would you consider growing your own vegetables? And of course, if you had any questions or need any advice, you could ask me or Joe from Joe's Garden and Bees. Check out his channel. He's doing a lot indoors right now, as I am. I meant to show you the lettuce, but I'll probably show you that tomorrow. The lettuce that I've got in my little hydroponic mugs, it's about like this right now. And it's got a few little brown places on the edges. I think maybe I might have got the nutrient solution a little bit too strong, but that's the first time I tried it. So I think I'll probably replace that nutrient solution with some that's a lot weaker than that. But they're doing fine, though. They'll continue to grow. The tomatoes are growing still, but they'll probably be, I probably won't be able to use those for the garden because they'll start to get root bound in those smaller containers. I could put them maybe in bigger containers, but I still don't think they'll be ones you would put in the garden because they'll just be too far along. Maybe I could put them out in the garage at that time. I'm just thinking out loud, but yeah, I've been practicing basically. Joe and I both have been practicing, so we'll know what to do and how how to get things ready to transplant in the garden instead of buying them for a fortune from the garden centers. The ones at Walmart are pathetic anyway. But yeah, that's the question today. And you know what? I'm trying to think of what we're going to have for dinner. Didn't set anything out. Like I said, I wasn't feeling too well yesterday. Didn't think much about it. We had the pizza. We had that Red Baron. I think it was like brick oven pizza, something like that. The crust was really good. And I put a little bit of extra cheese on it, it's all. So I'm not for sure. I know we got some, if it's still good, we got some of the beef stew that I made, or pot roast. I think if there's enough meat in it and it still seems okay and everything, I think I might shred that meat or something and make some gravy and fix some rice or something, put it over rice. You can put it over rice, noodles, or mashed potatoes. I think rice would probably be good. We hadn't had any of it in a while. But we may do that. Maybe put it over some rice. Okay, so come to today's story time. I'll tell you what, I've been through a lot, and this one here probably took a few years off my life. It scared me so much. This was when, let's see, this was probably 90, maybe 98 or something like that. 98, probably about 20 some years ago. I was working, the last place that I worked for before I got really bad was called Kelly's Foods. It was an institutional food service. They used to, at one time, they made all their own salads, like pimento cheese, chicken salad, ham salad, all that stuff. Tuna, baked beans, slaw, potato salad. And I used to sell those. I was on commission. I used to sell those to grocery stores, Walmarts, everything. Walmart was my biggest account, of course. But they also sold, like I said, institutional foods for restaurants and things. And we had a pretty big area. I was going from here to, that day I was going to Oak Ridge in Knoxville and Oak Ridge, a couple hours away. And, well, it wasn't a couple. I guess it was by the time you got up to Oak Ridge. Was having a big day. It was a mess. I had a mess of stuff on the truck. It was just a really busy day. And I was going to, that day I would probably have drove about 400 miles. But I was up in Oak Ridge going to some produce places up there, taking them. It must have been around the holidays or around Thanksgiving or something. But they would buy a lot of packaged nuts. We would bag our own nuts and stuff, all kinds, Brazils, walnuts, pecans and stuff. And they would buy a bunch of them at these produce stands. So I had special orders going up there, which I made really good money off of because nuts aren't cheap. And also, I think I had some hams and stuff like that for them. And country ham. We sold a lot of country ham. And anyway, I was going along. It was I was trying to think if it was a 4-lane. I think it was just I think there was 2 lanes on one side and 1 lane on my side, maybe. But I was just going along. I was doing about, probably 50, 55 miles an hour. Well, when out of nowhere, I had no steering. No steering whatsoever. You could spin it around like the Wheel of Fortune. It would just spin around. I mean, this all happened, of course, in seconds, but it seemed like an eternity when it happened. It went out, and I was right coming into a curve. You have no steering, what are you going to do? It's going to go wherever it wants to go, right? Well, I came up in that curve. There was, on the left side of me is a river. I don't think it was a lake, it's more like a river. There was people in there doing rowing, you know, like a rowing club or whatever. There was a couple of them I noticed going down through there. But the truck, there was people behind me, and they were bad for tailgating you. So I couldn't just slam my brakes on. If I had slammed my brakes on, I would have got hit from behind. Get over here, baby. Come here. Over here. I would have, it would have been dangerous. Somebody would have got hurt behind me. And if they'd hit the back of that truck, it would have just totally tore up there, whatever they were in. But what it did is, I didn't want, like I said, I didn't want to just slam my brakes on. I didn't want to go into the river on the left. And I certainly didn't want, back up, I certainly didn't want to flip over or anything like that. So, are you having fun? Kitty. So, get back, honey. You gonna lay down? Okay. She's gonna lay down. Okay. So, she's just starting to get close to me. So it went straight. In other words, when I was going into the curve, it was curving to the left. The truck wanted to keep going straight. I had no control over it, So what happened was, I had to think really quick, and there was a ditch, like a concrete culvert thing, for drain, like storm drains or whatever. And Kitty, lay down. And so I thought, well, maybe if I could get it into that like ditch type area, then I would hit the brakes. And silly, I'll have to move over here. It's okay. Now you got a better place to lay down. Okay, she's got up now. I don't know. She just wants to be close to me. She doesn't know I'm filming. So I thought I'd hit the brakes when the front tire light got in that ditch. So when it started going over, I didn't want to wait too long, because if it would hit that ditch and in that curve, it would flip the truck. So I hit the brakes when I thought that I could feel the wheel hit in there. And it came to a stop. Well, I was like, I don't see how it stopped so fast. Well, I got out of the truck. Well, naturally, I called somebody. I called the office, and they called a wrecker. I sat there for a minute because I was just almost in shock. And so, I knew it would probably, hey, honey, I knew it would probably take a long time before they got there. But so I got out, and I looked, and the left tires were off the road. They weren't touching the ground. There was 2 tires on each side on the back. I think one of them might have been just almost touching, but they were off the ground. Then I looked down underneath it, and there was the drive shaft had broke. What happened was, the only thing holding the drive shaft to the steering was a cotter pin. Believe it or not, that's all that held them together. Well, that cotter pin had snapped, dropped the drive shaft, and what stopped me was the drive shaft went down into the ground. In other words, it was like this. It fell down, it was connected, it fell down like this. The drive shaft went into the ground about a foot or more. And that's what stopped the truck. So God was with me. because it would have easily flipped over as fast as I was going. I had all that stuff on it too. So, you know, I didn't know what to do. I mean, it took them 2 hours to get there, to tow the truck. And he had to dig that drive shaft out of the ground and attach it somehow to where it wasn't dragging. But I ended up having to wait for somebody to bring another truck up there. It was a refrigerated truck. I had frozen stuff in there and everything. And I had to wait. It took 2 hours for them to come get me, the truck. And then they took it to their, wherever, there's something like Worldwide Trucking or something like that. Took it there, and then it took a couple hours for somebody to come up there with another truck. Then we had to unload it off that truck to the other truck. They wanted me to spend the night, but everything would have spoiled. I had no refrigeration because my refrigeration only worked when the truck was running. So we unloaded it onto another truck. I had to make a few stops that I made a lot of money on the way back, but we didn't get back until about 10 at night, that night. But thank God, you know, God was with me there and was able to stop the truck. But that was a very, very scary one for me. I tell you what, I don't know. I think, like I said, I was in shock or something, especially after I looked at those tires up off the ground. But everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's story time and morning coffee break. Kitty's sitting here about to fall asleep. Now she's woke up a little. So everybody, I appreciate you watching. Please press that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that so you get all my videos as soon as they come out. And everybody, have a great day, and I will see you later on doing Ask My Tablet and Logan's Awesome Snack Review Preview show. So have a great day, everybody, and God bless.